To host a screening at Bedminster of the important new film, Sound of Freedom, about the power of faith in overcoming evil, and in particular, the evil of child trafficking. Big problem. We had it down to the lowest number in many years just 4 years ago, and now it's gone through the roof. Even though the fake news media has tried to ignore it, Sound of Freedom has been a national sensation and a colossal success at the box office, really big numbers. Everyone should see it. This is a very important film and
very powerful
very important
Everybody
movie,
really
and
needs
it's a
to
very
watch this
important
movie.
documentary all wrapped up in one. It's really about an issue that has to be discussed. Under my leadership, we did more than any administration in history to combat human trafficking and to end modern-day slavery. In one of my first acts in office, I signed an executive order targeting transnational criminal organizations that traffic and exploit innocent people. I signed the Frederick Douglass Trafficking Victims Prevention and Protection Reauthorization Act, authorizing $430 million to fight sex and labor trafficking. I signed legislation to crack down on foreign countries who are not meeting standards for eliminating trafficking, of which there are many. I also signed into law the Abolish Human Trafficking Act, which strengthened programs supporting survivors and provided more resources for ending modern slavery. We do have modern slavery, if you can believe it. Additionally, I created the first ever White House position focused solely on combating human trafficking. And perhaps most importantly, we created the most secure border in U.S. history by far, dealing a major blow to the cartels and traffickers. We built hundreds of miles of wall. We renovated hundreds of miles of wall. We never had anything like it. And then I got Mexico free of charge to give us 28,000 soldiers to protect us from people coming into our country illegally. When I am back in the White House, I will immediately end the Biden border nightmare that traffickers are using to exploit vulnerable women and children. We will fully secure the border. I will wage war on the cartels just as I destroyed the ISIS caliphate, 100% gone, 100% destroyed. They'll come back now because we have a weak administration. I will use Title 42 to end the child trafficking crisis by returning all trafficked children to their families in their home countries and without delay. And I will urge Congress to ensure that anyone caught trafficking children across our border receives the death penalty immediately. And that includes also for women, because women, as you know, are number one in trafficking. Children are actually number two. I want to thank Eduardo, Jim, Tim Ballard, and everyone else involved in this film for their incredible efforts and their great genius. Together, we will end the scourge of human trafficking, and we will defend the dignity of human life. Thank you very much.
Wow. Wow. I like it when Donald Trump says it, you know. What he's saying for me is very true. But unfortunately, we live in a generation where the truth no longer matters. It doesn't matter anymore. You know, this new movie, A Sound of Freedom, is something really exceptional. And I remember when this movie came out, and it was really persecuted. I remember big media houses. I don't want to mention the names. They actually tried by all possible means to take down this movie because it focuses mainly on child trafficking. It's really crazy, child trafficking, and there are other things that are connected to child trafficking, like human slavery. You know, people getting people from one place to another just to work for them all their lives. Donald Trump calls it modern day slavery. It's really sad. Can you even imagine that, modern day slavery? And let me tell you how it functions. Some people are being taken as kids, young children, boy or girls. They are being exposed to all kinds of sexual slavery. Some are being taken for organ trafficking. So what it means is that maybe your heart is being taken and given to another person for money. These guys make huge amounts of money, billions, in trafficking, in human trafficking like this. And that is why they don't like Donald Trump, because he speaks the truth. You can't convince me that those involved in human trafficking are humans, because these guys treat humans as commodities. It's really sad, and nobody seems to be talking about it, as Donald Trump usually says. Nobody seems to be talking about it, but he's there, and I understand that many people don't want to talk about it because they are always afraid of the backlashes. Like, people are going to call them all sorts of names. They are bad people. Yeah, you know what Jesus Christ said? He said, anybody that will live a righteous life, a godly life, will be persecuted, hated, so to say. So it's not a strange thing that everybody hate Donald Trump so much. There is another thing that Donald Trump suggested, and I don't really know your opinion about it. Just comment below so I can understand what you think about it. He talked about issuing a death penalty for all those that are caught in human trafficking of any sort. And I know at first it might sound a little bit extreme, but this is a huge cancer that needs to be cut down real quick before it spreads. And the fastest way to do it is to set a good example, to bring fear into the hearts of all these traffickers. All right, but I understand that there are human rights, like I think death penalty is a little bit extreme, but these guys are doing a lot more. An example needs to be set so that the fear can dissipate and this kind of trafficking stop immediately. By the way, if you haven't watched the movie called Sound of Freedom, I really recommend you to. It's a really amazing movie. It's really good. I want you to watch it and tell me what you think about it. I also want this video to go viral. Okay, so the way for you to do it is just to like, subscribe, and if possibly just comment below. Okay, I want this video to go as far as possible. God bless you. Thank you so much for watching, and see you for the next video. Peace.